Good day, everyone. Tim from Timber Visions here. So today, do a little sawmill work. If you watched my previous video where I was doing those cedar logs, while I was doing that, a couple drove up along the street here and asked me if I wanted a walnut log. Now, if you're in the sawmilling, that's a no-brainer. I asked him where it was located. He says, well, just down the street. And I had seen that log parked next to his garage, or sitting next to his garage for, about 9 months now. And I kind of wondered what he was going to be doing with it. But he said his wife told him he needed to get rid of it. So, I mean, I feel bad for the guy, but you know, wives sometimes do that to us. Anyway, so his loss was my gain. So this was a 12-foot log, and there's some crotch section that was up on this end, another 4 or 5 foot. But I cut this at 8.5 foot because my tractor wouldn't lift the whole log. I went to a log calculator and figured that the diameter of this log and the length of it, it was around 3,600 to 4,000 pounds, which makes sense why my tractor wouldn't pick it up. But cutting this much off, I was able to pick it up, and I'm figuring it was around 2,400 to 2,800. You know, it's hard to know exactly unless you put it on a scale, but it was a load, and I had to drive it like a block down the street here to get to the woodlot. Set it, and then the next day I staged it up here on the mill and got it so I could cut it. So it's like 32-ish up and down, and then about 29, 30 side to side this way. So it is fairly straight, so that helps a lot. You know, sometimes they'll have a little curve in it, and that really messes with getting those first cuts done. But I am going to have to raise the mill up as high as it will go in order to get through this first cut on top. And I'll cut a slab off that'll go to firewood, and then I'll probably cut one live edge slab and then roll it over 180 degrees, which is going to be a chore. This is a big log. But if I have to bring the tractor over to do it, I will. But I'm going to try to do it by hand. After I get some of this weight off here, I think I might be able to do it, but we'll see. We'll see. To get it where it is now, I did have to use the forks on the tractor and kind of stick the forks in and tilt up a little bit to get it right where I wanted it, and then got her clamped down. So stick with me here. I just put a new blade on, got everything tensioned, and tracking's good. We'll do a first couple cuts here, so stick with me. All right, so I'm gonna cut one live edge slab off of this to start with. It's gonna be 2 inches. See how it goes here. Now the working part of milling. A lot of times I'll just have the tractor with the forks sitting here, but I didn't bring the tractor today. So, manpower. There's a lot of sapwood in that initial cut. If I flip it over, kind of should see there. Oh man, that's some pretty stuff. Bring you guys in for a look. Ooh-wee. Look at that stuff. It's almost green when you first cut it. Then as it oxidizes, it turns that brown that everyone recognizes. But look at that figurine. Oh my goodness. That's a beautiful log. Beautiful log right there. I don't know. I think I might do another slab quick. Here we go. Slab number 2. One thing that milling isn't is a race. You know, you want to take your time. If you want something fast production, then you have to go to a bigger mill with a bigger mortar and stuff like that. But this size mill, it's like, just take your time, enjoy the ride. This is heavy. Oh my lord. Okay. Uh-oh. You guys didn't get to see that, but the tongue of the truck started picking up. Pucker factor, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'll bring you guys in closer. Take a look at this cut here. Oh man, that is some beautiful stuff. Yep, that's why you cut wood, so you can see the inside of it. But I think that's enough slabs off of this side. We'll take some more off the other side. I moved it. Shoot. I'm afraid this is probably gonna have to use a tractor for this. I'm afraid. Should have known. Oh well. All right, I'm gonna take a page out of Matt Cremona's playbook. Lift it off, back up, flip it flat side down on these. Then lift it up and set it on the mill. See? When you're backing uphill, this tracks with them rear tires. All right, worked out pretty good. So I don't have any room for the log clamps to really come up on this one. Maybe I do one. No, not really. We're gonna leave them tucked in there. Hopefully this doesn't get in our way. We'll get this first cut off. Firewood. Oh yeah, that was mostly his bark. A little bit of wood on each side, but mostly bark. Oh yeah, this is gonna become problematic here pretty quick. So I'll bring you in to show you why. So the blade guide is just about touching here. So this here is sticking out too far. So I'm gonna have to grab the saw and lob some of this off. So I peeled a bunch of the bark off, but it's still a little bit too much right here. So I'm gonna lob this off with the chainsaw. That should get us to good. Hit right there. Now that's it. Pop that little corner of the slab off and I can just pull it off. I could have parked the tractor a little closer, but it's kind of in your way. Plus, you know, gotta get my weightlifting in for the day. That's some pretty stuff. Ooh-wee. Somewhere around there. Height. Whew. That is a slab. All right. So in this area, we're good 22 inches of wood, 20 to 22 inches of wood. left here is, yeah, just 14 3/4 roughly. So if I cut that in half and then set those up on end, that'd be then there'd be some yeah, if I did could split right in between these two piths, then I would have quarter sawn both ways. Wow, I just flipped it right up. All right then. All right, so I finally got it. And this is how I got it. I had to wedge or lever back here that would lift up the bottom and pull it this direction. Slowly worked it up towards, once I got this side up against it, I clamped on there, went down on that end, did the same thing. And it's pretty solid. So, whew, that was a job. So, I'm gonna cut the firewood slab off of this thing. And just because I only have 7 inches from the blade to here, and I know I'll be beyond that to cut down the middle of this. So I'm gonna cut this off. Give you guys a little different perspective this time. Okay, so I got the firewood slab off, and then I cut these in half. So this one's a little over 8, and right at 8, I think. And this one's at like 6 3/4. So I'll be doing some 1x8s and 1x6s as I cut down through these. Just put a fresh blade on because I may or may not have forgotten to put my log stop down. Anyway, just add some character to that thing. It's not the first time, and it probably won't be the last. So this chunk that's left on here, a little over 2 inches. I'm not gonna mess with that as far as cutting it down to anything in particular. It's always good to have a couple extra thicker chunks anyway. There we go. There's our spoils. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 decent slabs. These are 1 by, I think, 14, 1 by 15s, 8 foot long. And this is just a live edge 1 incher. Then we got, this is all the 6. Let's get you an actual measurement. 6 3/4. These are 8 and 8 and 1/8, 8 and almost 8 1/2. So we got these. These are like 2 1/4, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of 1 1/2 inch. 1 of each of 2 inch, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the 1 inchers. Pretty good haul. And this is some pretty stuff too. You know, some pretty grain on it. It's always so green at first, and then it starts to get this more chocolatey. And there's a little bit of where that other limb was coming out. But yeah, it's some beautiful stuff. Look at that. My goodness, some beautiful, beautiful wood, and a chunk of it too. I am going to do my best to pare this video down to something of a decent length, because I've been over here farting around with this for, I don't know, a couple 3 hours, I think, something like that. You know, it just takes time, especially when you're doing a lot of flipping and it's a big log like this one was. But I got a bunch of wood out of this thing, and yeah, it's rough cut right now, but get it air dried and maybe put it in my kiln and kiln dry it and run it through a planer and stuff. That's where I wanted some of these smaller boards as far as width, where I could actually run it through my planer, because I don't have a 24-inch planer. If somebody wants to give me one, I would take it, but I don't have one. I do have 220 to my garage, so if somebody wanted to donate me one, I would take it. Anyway, something I could, my brother's got a jointer. That's something I've been wanting to get, but you know, if you joint it up, and then you'd have one good edge this side, and then you could run it through the planer. You could actually joint 2 of the sides if you had a big enough jointer. But joint two sides. Then you could run through the planer and the table saw, and you'd be all squared up. But yeah, good haul of wood here. Still a lot of work to do. Got to stack it and sticker it. But that just comes with it. At least I got it broke down. It might rain here. We'll see if I get to it this afternoon or not. But plan was to get this sawed up. I wanted to get the mill freed up because I have a guy that wants me to come mill some logs for him. And I had this sitting on there, and I didn't want to take it back off till it was cut. So I do want to thank everybody for stopping in today. Hopefully you found this entertaining or informative and learn of different ways to do things and what not to do, because I always teach people that too, what not to do. Um, but I always get it done. So, and I didn't hurt myself. That's the main thing. So thanks everybody for stopping in today. Until next time, be safe, brothers and sisters.